Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. And yesterday we discovered how our beliefs affect our decisions, which affect our outcomes. We are going to expand this subject over the next few days and explore how your beliefs actually create your reality. This is why it's so crucial to make sure that our belief system is on a solid foundation. As we share this time together on our daily trek, if you have any of your own observations, comments, or questions, please share them at the comment section on the daily journal pages of wisdom-trek.com. We are recording our podcast from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. And this morning I was able to finish coating the woodwork in the dining room, and tomorrow I'll be able to put on the first coat of the polyurethane on the floor, and then Saturday morning should be able to finish it up with the second coat. After that, we'll allow it to dry over the next couple of weeks while we are in Charlotte before moving the furniture back into that room. Our client workload also continues to keep us busy, and it always seems to be a bit of a balancing act to cover the various and different demands of each client. I do have to admit, at times, we feel like the proverbial plate spinner in the circus, making sure that all the plates continue spinning without any of them crashing. But since we do most of our work remotely, it does allow us to work the hours needed to make sure that we accomplish it all. As we prepare for our trek today and the dangers that we may face, we discuss the concern about depth perception on our narrow trails that are strewn with loose rocks, especially on the downhill slopes where a misstep could have us tumbling down the trail, or worse yet, even over a cliff. As we think of this, it reminds me of how, in our trek of life, that perception is our reality. Perceptions come from your beliefs, therefore, what you believe becomes your reality. What if you had some self-limiting beliefs about your world that are restricting you from fulfilling your God-given potential? We all have the imposter syndrome to some extent. Now, the imposter syndrome can be defined as a collection of feelings of inadequacy that persist despite evident or potential success. Let's not confuse this success that I speak of here with material wealth. Material wealth is only one minor measure of a successful life. As we did discover on our trek yesterday, what we allow to go into our mind does impact our beliefs. One of my virtual mentors, Zig Ziglar, put it this way: you are what you are and where you are because of what has gone into your mind. You can change what you are, and you can change where you are by changing what goes into your mind. And also remember, Proverbs 4:23 tells us, above all else, guard your heart or mind, for everything you do flows from it. Since your beliefs are your reality, you need to make sure that your beliefs are based on truth. We need to make sure what we think about each day is based on the attributes that are listed in Philippians 4 verse 8. And it says this: and now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. If we allow these things to go into our minds, then our belief system will have a solid foundation. But even those individuals that may not be coming from a biblical perspective understand the importance of what we allow in our minds. Napoleon Hill said, whatever your mind can conceive and can believe, it can achieve. Or John D. Martini, whatever you think about and think about, we bring about. And then Henry Ford put it this way: whether you think you can or can't, either way, you are right. So we have to make sure what we allow to come into our minds and what we think about is based on a solid foundation. Now, these may be great quotes, but have you ever wondered about how your beliefs actually create your reality? Do you think there's a logical explanation for this phenomenon? Or is it just some sort of secret cosmic mystery? Now, if you cherish the ideals of a secret cosmic mystery, then you might as well stop listening right now. Why? Because I like logical explanations, and that is where we are heading. And we'll actually cover 5 parts over the next 5 days. But it all starts with part number 1, what we believe to be true. Your personal beliefs may play a huge role in how you view your own life. Your estimation of your successes and failures will depend entirely on the framework of your personal beliefs. Your beliefs provide a structured process through which you evaluate everything in your lives. You depend on your personal beliefs about reality, on how to interpret the world around you according to your observations and experiences. There are 2 major components or aspects that contribute to your personal beliefs: an emotional component and then a logical component. So we'll look at 4 steps today. The first one is beliefs are the blending of logic and emotions. In some cases, a belief starts out much like a theory. Assumptions are made based on the logical observation and deductions. In other cases, new beliefs grow out of an emotional viewpoint that seems to be supported by logic. It is the blending of these two major components that form the structure of your personal beliefs. Through the windows of these beliefs, we try to make sense out of the things that are going on around us. We also use them to form assumptions about probable future results. The second point is, beliefs are accepted as facts. Once established, beliefs are accepted as a fact and they are rarely subject to scrutiny. They become our personal operating system. Much like the operating system on your computer, your beliefs control how you sort and file every bit of input data. Everything you see, experience, think, and feel is adjusted to fit your beliefs. In other words, your version of reality is the creation of your beliefs. Your personal operating system disassembles and then reassembles all input data to conform what you believe. The third point is, beliefs become a subconscious process. Many of your beliefs were established in childhood, and you may have outlived their usefulness. Others are left over from situations or circumstances that are no longer relevant. And why is this important? Well, imagine trying to run your current software on an ancient version of Windows or some other obsolete operating system. The results would not be very satisfying. The same could be said of an obsolete belief system that are still influencing how you evaluate everything in your life. And the fourth point is, beliefs need to be upgraded. As you learn and grow, many of your former beliefs will no longer serve you. They have outlived their usefulness. And later this week, we will look at some effective techniques for upgrading your beliefs. Before we get to that, it is important to understand how your beliefs impact your current perspective. And that's what we'll look at on our trek tomorrow as we discuss the internal map of your reality. A question I would like to ask you today is, what role do you feel your beliefs play in your reality? If you'd like to leave us a comment about this, please do so on today's journal at wisdom-trek.com. And as we started down the trail of reality today, it leaves us with some thoughts to ponder. So join us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy, as we will study your internal map of reality. And that'll finish our podcast for today. Remember to listen to your daily dose of wisdom on wisdom-trek.com or subscribe at iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spreaker, or YouTube. That way the episodes can be downloaded to you automatically each day. I would really appreciate it if you would help Wisdom Trek grow by sharing Wisdom Trek with your family and friends through email, Facebook, or Twitter so that they can come along with us each day. The journal for today's trek can be found at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, your friend, as I serve you through this Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we trek together, let us always live abundantly or fully, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.